Welcome back to our motherfucking channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had everybody that's going to the CCPOA convention in Nevada next month, smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and have them smash it right now. You guys just might see me there. Hit me up in the DMs. Also, myself and brother Matt launched our new company, State Issued Collection, stateissuedcollection.com. Go over there, get your gear, your chanate, your hats, and all of the above, man. Go fucking support the cause for us, by us. Also, shout out to all the patrons. I love you. You're the heartbeat of this channel. Believe me when I say you're the only motherfucking thing keeping this shit going right now. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You're definitely missing out. This motherfucking episode right here, man. Hector, where the fuck have you been? Everywhere, right? I'm back for now, time being. The other day, I dropped a video interview. Yeah, I know the audio was fucked up. Don't trip. Somebody's going to help me out and probably make it sound louder on their end. The individual that I interviewed, his name is George Anthony Hernandez, a.k.a. Skeleto, from Arlanza 13 gang, okay? This guy was an associate, or probably still is, I don't know, for a organization from the South, all right? And again, that's no disrespect. That's not saying this, that, or the other. I'm just giving you a backstory of how I came to find out about this individual and how I would eventually get to interview him on our channel, right? It's kind of a trip. You guys know I was in the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation for 16 years, all right? Well, when I became a supervisor, a sergeant, and a lieutenant, you get these extra privileges on the computer. You get more access to more files, all the files, right, for the most part. You get more accessibility, provisions. It's called provisions. So, you know me being a good little soldier for the green COs, I would do my homework. Study the enemy, right? They're not my enemy. They probably weren't then. It was a fucking phase in my life, right? Fucking bullshit. Do you guys know who the real enemy is, right? They wear suits. They work out of Sacramento. That's the truth. This is how this came to be, all right? And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. From time to time, not often, right? I don't think we're a bunch of creeps or perverts. Us COs, the guys, would be sitting around, and it happened not a lot, right? Like probably fucking 2 or 3 times. We would get on the computer and we would go to the women's facility. We would go to the women's prison, okay? I don't know if I found out about it through this way or if I was reading confidentials of other inmates, meaning debriefings. If I was reading debriefing files, they're fucking lengthy. A special agent with SSU or will do a whole debriefing packet on gang members that drop out of the gang. And every information is in there. From the time they were born to the street criminal gang activity to their incarceration in juvenile hall, jail, and prison, and all their offenses they did in prison. Everything's in there. So once in a while, we would go to the women's institution on the computer, CIW. And we would pull up the roster of all the chicks. It will show their mugshot of all the chicks in the prison, right? And we would just, for entertainment purposes, you're probably thinking, Hector, you're a fucking dick. Why would you guys do that? Or you guys are checking if there was hot chicks. I don't know. Just imagine a bunch of guys just sitting around like, hey, look at this. Look at this one. What do you think about this, right? Would we ever hook up with them? No, that's not what we were doing. We're killing time, right? You get 8 hours, 16 hours. I know it sounds kind of weird, but you have to track what we're fucking sitting around, bored. There was a female inmate, right? And I don't know if I came across it this way or if I came across it through another debriefing for a gang member. But I start reading this fucking story about an inmate, an associate for an organization who, in reality, no disrespect, manipulated, that's what it is, manipulated a female Riverside County Sheriff Deputy, female, into a romantic relationship where she was bringing in contraband. I think she was bringing in contraband if you read the bullshit, the actual file. Not talking about the Netflix documentary that they do have on her. I'm talking about shit that I read. Well, the confidential, well, I mean, there's already a Netflix documentary. So this youngster, he looks young. I think he's probably older than me, but he looks in the time. He looked young, youngster, all blasted, spitting his game at this hyena, pulled it, right? Hooked it. Boom. Hook, line, and sinker. I'll say the problem is, well, that in itself is a problem. The problem is she was married, right? This is where the story gets extra juicy and spicy, right? So you got to imagine me reading on the computer like, holy shit, what the fuck? This was years ago, probably over 10 years ago. That female sheriff deputy by the name of Angela Parks. Her name was Angela Parks. I have it up here because I remember when I read it, I'm like, what the fuck? Her husband was an actual like police officer or sheriff deputy, one of the two. And I think that dude's dad was a fucking law enforcement officer. I'm like, oh, hell nah. Man, I'd rather my wife cheat on me with a black man. I know you guys love my jokes. Right? Because I love my own jokes. Imagine that, man. I got you have the people imagine. This is fucked up, man. You marry a girl who's a peace officer, and you're a peace officer, and then you find out she's shacking up, exchanging love stories, talking all kinds of smooches, booches with an inmate. Nah, man, no disrespect, right? Can't have that shit. Fuck, you might as well. Hell nah. It's no fault to the dude, but could you imagine? Nah, I couldn't imagine. In a nutshell, she ends up getting fucking gaffled up. She ends up getting gaffled up for, I want to say, conspiracy to commit murder. Why do you find that funny? You don't think that's fucking wild? You don't think that's fucking crazy? That's fucking outrageous. That's fucking nuts. You have an associate from a criminal organization who fucking manipulated some fucking female deputy who's married to a law enforcement officer. Next thing you know, she's getting arrested and convicted of conspiracy to commit murder. And ends up at a fucking CIW, no less. No way. I even think I talked to like a lieutenant that said, yeah, she was my clerk or this and that. I'm like, stay away from her, bro. That shit sounds like fucking trouble, man. That's all bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, right? So I always had that story up in my head, right? Like in my memory box. This is before it even came out in the public like it is right now. Then I see a Netflix documentary. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know that story, right? I know that story. Okay, now we're 8 minutes in. That's the backstory. So how the fuck did I get on the phone with that dude? Well, I've been doing this YouTube journey for 1 year and 8 months, right, since I resigned. If you guys are brand new to the channel, I resigned because I promoted to the rank of lieutenant. I got to see corruption behind closed doors. I wanted no part of it, and I bounced. And then there's a lot of people that say, yeah, Hector, well, you played the game long enough. You did what you did. Yeah, granted, but I never fucked nobody over. I never did nothing dirty. I never did nothing shady. Motherfuckers got it, but they got it for a reason, right? For a reason, and they thanked me afterwards. And everything cleared per policy and procedure. There's a difference. There's a difference between being a criminal and not, and doing your job to perfection. Let me be the one to tell you. That's my inner black, beautiful woman. I just came back from Georgia. She was sassy out there. It's hot as fuck in Georgia. Damn, her coochie was sweating. What the hell did he just say? Anyways, on one of my YouTube lives or one of my YouTube videos, I made the comment of, I am not a rat. Okay? And I just recently had some dude, older gentleman too, man, older vato, comment, you used to be a CO, but you're saying you don't like rats, laugh out loud. I'm like, yeah. Nobody likes a rat, okay? In kindergarten, nobody likes tattletaling. That's like a little kid thing, right? You should learn that. Like, hey, motherfucker, if it doesn't pertain to you, shut the fuck up. Keep it pushing. You didn't see nothing, you don't know nothing, you didn't hear nothing, it doesn't fucking mind you one bit. Speaking of rats, Eric, You guys remember Eric? Fucking rat. So this dude reaches out to me. I want to say via email because, or, well, he reaches out to me. And he's like, hey, man, I was kind of hesitant to reach out to you, but then I heard you say you're not a rat. So I figured, like, hey, you'd be cool if I reached out to you. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Now, I know this guy's manipulative, right? No disrespect. Because he pulled a fucking female deputy, man. You got to be manipulative. You got to have your manipulation skills got to be on point. But mine are pretty damn good, too, right? We're playing chess here, not checkers. So he's like, my name is so-and-so. You can Google my name. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, I know exactly who you are, right? I know exactly who you are. I read this fucking story years ago, man. I said, what a trip. What a trip. Holy shit, right? Because since I've been on this journey, it's like the not weird shit has been happening, but I've been having conversations when I would have normally not had conversations with individuals. And it's kind of cool, right? Because, and it's not like I'm glamorizing criminals or gang members or inmates. It's kind of like, I want you to imagine Al Capone back in the days. Wouldn't it be cool to have a conversation with Al Capone? And be like, hey, what's up, man? Like, how did you do it? What did you do, right? Not because you want to gain information from him, because you authentically want to know. Motherfucker, you're a gangster, right? Motherfucker. Oh, Hector's infatuated by gangsters. No, I'm infatuated by, like, violence, crime, like, chaos. I like to know how You remember Chief Deputy Warden Raquel Buckle? She skipped the rank of warden, never made it to warden. Now she's in headquarters because Big Jeff McCumber promoted her, and she's still working. I remember one time I was walking with her and Pollard in Delta Yard. I was a PIO. And there was a lieutenant that she fucking despised, aside from me. And she asked him a question. He gave her a pretty lengthy answer, which was good. And she said, I hate that. When I ask somebody what the time is, I want to know just what the time is. I don't want to know how the clock works. And I remember thinking in my head, like, you're a dumb fucking bitch. You're a dumb fucking cunt. Because you should always want to know how the clock works, right? And that goes for all of you guys. You should always want to know how shit operates, right? This is what I always say. You should know what the rules are so you know how to break them. Not that I ever broke rules, but I used to bend the rules so good. Like, here's a rule. I used to bend that shit all around, but I never used to break it. That's how you know you'd get good at your job. So he was on death row at the time. Remember big Gavin Newsom, Gruesome Newsom, released everybody? Well, this dude, I don't know if I should call him George or Skeleto. Call him George. I never called inmates by their AKAs, right? And I kind of feel weird to do it now, even though I'm not a CO. This guy George, he's like, hey, man, like, I want to talk. I want to give my side of the story. Like, dude, I've been locked down. I've been in this motherfucker for years. I think 14, 15, maybe 20 years. I don't know. 15 years plus. And I never knew that death row was like an ADSEG setting. I never knew that. Right? Because I never worked death row. I never even worked at St. Quentin. I toured it, but that was about it. So he's like, man, we ain't got no action right here. We ain't got shit coming. We don't got no groups. We ain't got nothing like that. And I'm like, well, that kind of sucks, but it is fucking death row, right? Again, I'm nobody. I'm not a political activist. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a reformist. I don't know. Just a straight shooter, right? Do I think that they should have released all death row inmates to mainlines and level 2s? Fuck no. Fuck no, right? You're going to see what's going to happen. You're going to see what's going to happen. They probably should have thought it better, of course, that goes without saying, before just opening the floodgates, all right? So I get that interview. That was months ago, while he was still housed in St. Quentin, death row. And after the conversation, I tell him, hey, dude, just so you know, they're going to hit your pad. The COs are going to search your cell after this episode drops. He's like, they are? I'm like, yeah, dude, you know that, right? Because, I mean, it's prison. Ain't nobody wants to get fronted off, right? Nobody wants to get fronted off. An example being some fucking idiot on Delta Yard, Housing Unit 16. I know who his name is too. He made a YouTube video, saying that the COs were beating up the inmates when what it was on the video was an inmate that overdosed and they were reviving him. And boy, did I hit that cell. Boy, did I hit that cell at the right time with the right people. And we fucking found the gold mine, right? Bunch of tobacco, I think a couple cell phones. So yeah, nobody wants to be fronted off. So he tells me, hold off on it. I'm like, that's cool, right? Because I'm not here to burn nobody or fucking fuck anybody over. I'm just I'm a fucking neutral guy, man. Straight in life, right? You guys do what you do. Doesn't pertain to me. Fuck it. Unless you're going to hurt me or somebody, right? Then it becomes a problem. So I actually paid the dude some money for the interview, right? Because it's kind of a business now, what I do in an exchange, right? He's giving me his story. I give him some monetary. That is the truth, right? That is a fucking cold heart. Nobody gets twisted or misconstrued. Why? Because these are stories that nobody else would have, right? This is, to me, history. Documentation. So where is he at now? How do I feel about it? How do I feel about him? How do I feel about that one female deputy? Well, I'm pretty sure the dude has since remarried, and I'm pretty sure it's a sore subject between no disrespect, between him and his new wife. But you know, that just goes to show you it doesn't matter. Chicks are crazy and jealous wherever the fuck you're at, man. Doesn't matter. You could be a fucking inmate in prison and your wife still be getting on your case. How the fuck you gonna be in the doghouse in prison? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Motherfucker, hey, babe, go sit on your bunk. Huh? Go sit on your bunk. Don't you think about it. Think about all the stupid shit you've done. Babe. No. Motherfucker gets a tattoo of her name on his neck just to make it up. No, I'm his G. Anyways, you know I love joking. I'm a jokester. How do I feel about that guy? Man, I don't know. I don't wish bad upon anybody, right? I truly hope he changes his life around. I authentically mean that, right? He's gotten action like many other death row inmates. How do I feel about death row inmates? Well, they give me the creeps. No disrespect. When I hear death row, I automatically think these motherfuckers did something so atrocious that they got sentenced and convicted to death by a fucking jury of their peers. Okay, now is that the case? I don't know. I'm not here to tell the story. That story. That's just an opinion. Is somebody going to get killed as a result of all the changes that California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation and Jeff McCumber has done? 100%. 100%. Right. It's just a matter of time. With that, the message for today is, what is the message, man? The message for today is, if you're a fucking female CO, do not fall for manipulation tactics. If you're a male CO, you better break up with that fucking hyena right now, man. Save yourself the troubles. Thirdly, this is to the inmate population, the blue. All right. Manipulation is manipulation. Manipulation is a form of a habit. That's a bad habit. We should not be manipulating people to do anything, right? As soon as you can change that and other character defects, I have character defects, right? But if I don't work on my character defects, then they'll take over. They'll fucking grow. They'll fester. And that's not the person that I want to be. That's not incongruent to who I want to be, to the message I want to spread, to the individuals I want to help. With that, I love you guys. This episode was sponsored by the following patrons: Alicia, a.k.a. Princess Chula 57, that Chanate Warrior. William, still tripping with no luggage. Rigoberto ×2. Theo, 949 Desmadrosos, Menace to Society. A-Rod, she looks a little bow-legged to me. Chris Lesniak, Nisi B, I don't know, I'm not the regular. A La Verga 209. Brian the Lone Specialist. Wes, Estes, Shags, the Homie Turtle 13. Mark, Darlene from Santa Ana. F your mandates, write me up. VSP Eddie, Sabatino, Adalberto, Ken 84. Any reason I can't hold you? Fontaine, Dixon, McCrary, Kevin, Program Time, Hacktivate 213. Hawk Tua, spit on that chonguito. Hey, I'm just medical. Get fucked, take it home. Carnalito, treatment not time, and force fit. My outdoor activity, Gigi, 11 Bravo, shut the fuck up and make it wink, a la verga, 760, Miss Scorpio Rising, Miss Raw, Geo, G-Ride, Vote Newscom out, The Prison Psychologist, Fuerte 84, Zeus, Michigan Wolverines. I have an 8-hour chrono, put me out 6 selves, shut up and call me Papi. AWOL like Monty, one bad yard battle, Cherokee Cat, me and my Sally have Narcan now. Loco Moco, the big bad wolf, Raider 62, L. Eli Gerardo, Rigo SD, Pelon 1205, not on my watch. Who's doing the pipe? Denise, the real McCoy, not the fake McCoy. Jay, a Pogan, a 6-pack. Keith, Devil Dog, Ricardo, Maladjusted, Ragtop 5.0, Johnny Cash, Lori 559 CEO. CJ Zavalza, EOP Whisper, Fuck Your 602, Las Vegas Flights Live, Viva Mexico Cabrones, How About I Eat Your Cornbread, Lockdown 5, Cristobal, La Reina, Winston, Tony, Fuck Your Directive, Get the Team, El Skid, the OG Hobie Cat, Lead With Love, Elbert 12, Hey LT, can I get a Title 15 so I can make a spear? J.I.S.K.L., Big Bad 48, the homie Nova, Linda, the retired CO, the homie Marius, Chevelle 66, Crispy Nuts, Bad Karma, and the homie Rags. If you have not already signed up for that Patreon and you want to see exclusive content, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You're definitely missing out. I love you. Keep pushing forward.